Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to preview the horror fantasy thriller film, Staying Alive. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Loomis Crowley, his roommate Rex, and Rex's girlfriend Sarah are all slain the same way they were killed in the video game Stay Alive after playing it. Hutch, a friend of Sarah's, meets Abigail at Loomis' burial and receives some of Loomis' belongings, including Stay Alive. Hutch decides to play the game with his friend October, her brother Phineas, and themselves. Abigail and another friend, Swink, join them as Miller, Hutch's boss, plays online from his office. The 6 players must repeat the Prayer of Elizabeth, which asks for all who resist to death so that their blood can keep the Countess Elizabeth Bottery youthful. The game takes place in a deserted home on Jerouge Plantation. As they approach a mausoleum and tower, the players engage in combat with a cemetery full of wicked ghost children. The game instructs Miller to grab a rose. October argues that zombie spirits cannot traverse wild flowers because she reads occult literature. Miller, who is separated from the group, throws the rose to drive away the ghosts of the dead girls. The Countess, a woman in a red dress, kills Miller's character because he is now out of roses. A few minutes later, the Countess makes an appearance in Miller's office and stabs him to death with conjoined scissor blades similar to those from the video game. Hutch is questioned about the killings by Thibodeau and King, 2 detectives. Hutch discovers that Loomis and Miller played the video game Stay Alive just prior to passing away, and that they perished in the same manner as their game characters. When October looks into Bottery, she finds out that in order to stay youthful, she would drain the blood from young ladies and bathe in it. Because she could not stand to see herself aging, mirrors were her weakness. Even though Phineas chooses to play by himself and ends the game before his character perishes, he is actually fatally injured when he is ran over by a horse-drawn vehicle. The survivors consent to end their game of Stay Alive. Swink's advice is disregarded by Detective King, who continues to play until his character expires. Then King gets slain while driving. When Hutch and Abigail examine Loomis' home, they discover the real Jerouge Plantation, which is where the game developer is located. As punishment for her heinous deeds, the actual Countess Bottery was imprisoned in the tower of her estate, as October has learned. She promised to return someday to exact retribution, which she can now do thanks to the Prayer of Elizabeth's resurrection. The only way to end the Countess's life is to plow 3 nails through her flesh and capture her soul. After attempting to kill the Countess when she appears in real life, October understands that she is a ghost. The Countess cuts open her throat. The 3 survivors understand that once the game starts, it can continue on its own. While Hutch and Abigail search the Jerouge Plantation, Swink waits in a van and plays the game on his laptop to divert Bottery. Swink's character is still alive when the Countess arrives in her carriage to murder him in real life. Swink makes up his mind to flee before sliding into a rose bush. When Hutch and Abigail get back to the van, they discover Swink's persona dead. They take the laptop and some wild roses, which they drop as they approach the tower in an effort to stop the undead kids. Hutch carries out the ceremony on Bathory's body alone after they part. Abigail is assaulted by Bathory's apparition. Hutch discovers Elizabeth Bathory's preserved body at the top of the tower and strikes 3 nails into it to cause the ghost to vanish. Hutch uses the reflecting laptop to fend off the Countess before setting the room on fire after remembering that the Countess despises mirrors after Bathory's body comes back to life. Swink bursts in with Abigail to save Hutch because she is still alive, thanks to the rose bush. The 3 eggs at the tower as Bathory's body burns. Stay Alive is now being sold at the gaming retailer. A worker inserts a copy into a PlayStation 2 out of curiosity. Elizabeth Bottery is shown peering out her window as the game's intro starts with the sound of a group chanting her prayer. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.